What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another year of the draft pick choice tournament for the MF Alumni Fantasy Football League. Excited to be back in draft season, everyone. So here we go. We're starting it off. Here's the bracket right in front of us. It's based on reverse seeding of final standings of last year. Click over quickly to what the teams are. These will be I'm cut out in little pieces before each game, so you don't need to memorize this right now. Otherwise, if you're live on Twitch, you can hit !rosters to get the link to this page. A few notes here. This year, I've included some of the specialty positions, including the third down running back, the power running back, the slot receiver, and the kicker returners and punt returners, and their overalls associated with that. In a couple instances, there are some defensive players that came along for the ride, so congrats to Preston and Wego for having a defense with some competent returners. You'll see I bolded a couple here on my own. What that means is that the player there, so Conair as the power running back and Baldwin as the slot receiver, is not the best by auto sort. So auto sort would have had Michael Thomas 95 overall here for the slot receiver. That the bold indicates that has been manually set by the owner of the team, in this case me, because no one else reached out to me with any changes. During some games I may chime in with some ideas, or I may not, probably just by request. But as far as roster construction and what that does for your offense, you'll see a couple here. We've got an RB holdout quote-unquote injury. Le'Veon Bell decided never to play this past year, so I kept him on my roster for literally nothing because now he's got an injury designation on Madden and is stuck on the Steelers' depth chart. Meanwhile, for Joe time, we've got RB removed from game. Kareem Hunt was trying to get in on his kicking career. Turns out running back is more his thing. He's been reinstated by the NFL with a suspension, but in Madden 19, he is not in the game anymore, so he can therefore not be on Joe's roster. And then here, the wide receiver suspension, quote-unquote, injury, that would be for Josh Gordon. So Josh Gordon getting suspended at the end of the year also gave him an injury designation on Madden, and therefore he is locked to the Patriots roster and will not be eligible for this tournament. So aside from those one-offs, here are the rosters, and let's hop back over to the challenge page. We're just going to go down the row here, starting with Adam and Joe C, or Conair for short, Sprite and Crayon next, Preston Gibby after that, and then Andy and Rob, so myself and Rob to close out the night. Again, willing to switch up these schedules if anyone has any special requests about it, but I didn't receive any for today. So these 4 matches are all we're going to try to accomplish today, and then our next session will be the round 2 matches when we get to them. All right, so let's start it off. We got Adam and Joe C, the birthday boys. Today is Adam's birthday. 2 days ago was Conair's birthday, so happy birthday to both of you. Unfortunately, one of you is going to be in the 9 to 12 pick preference slot. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. Obviously, we can see that Madden rates the Adams Vikings much higher than Conair's Chiefs, but that rating, the overall rating, doesn't actually matter that much. It really depends on how the offense works, efficiency-wise, as well as the offensive line makes a huge difference. And then I've noticed in these simulations that it seems like a good secondary is more important than a good defense overall. So I think that edge still goes to Adam in this matchup, but I guess we'll find out. Anything can happen in a game of Madden. So let's jump on into it. This year, I announced a change that I was going to switch to 7-minute quarter length and 18-second accelerated clock remaining. Let me get these rosters out of the way so you can see the options I'm setting. I found through trolling around the internet in various Madden capacities that this leads to a much smoother experience, doesn't take up too much more time, and with Madden AI, like computer AI, having that extra minute in the fourth quarter where there's actually urgency when they're losing is a godsend. So that's what we're doing this year. Ship it. And then until anyone joins me in Discord, I'm probably going to kind of only chime in when I have something to say. Otherwise, I'm going to let the commentary take over. Again, if anyone's listening, please let me know if the balance of my voice versus the commentary is not good, or if there's too much background noise with my microphone. I tried fiddling with the settings to try to get it so I have to speak directly into it for it to pick me up, but who knows. Highly experimental as always.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said, the key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Cody Parkey now, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown
Bears legend Cody Parkey on that kickoff. We may never see him in the NFL again after this past year. Yikes.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players.
So we're going to see a quarterback duel today of Russell Wilson versus Dak Prescott. And again, in this setup, the offensive lines come along with their starting QB. So Kansas City here will be featuring the Seattle offensive line, and Minnesota will be featuring the formidable Dallas offensive line. I think that leads to more consistent results since the quarterback, nice run by Ingram there to start the game. The quarterback is a bit of a product of its offensive line and how much time it has the quarterback has in the pocket. I think the running game is even more so affected by this, but the only one-to-one relationship here is quarterback to offensive line. For example, I can't have two Saints offensive lines following Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. So yeah. We send the offensive line, and I think that is another strategic element when picking your quarterback at the end of the season if you're already eliminated. So Adam was not in playoffs, but he had Dak, and Dak brings a very strong offensive line. And remember, these are after the season rosters, so all the injuries aside from Le'Veon Bell, Josh Gordon type things are cleared. So even though the Dallas offensive line had health issues, they are healthy. Considered healthy.
I was a kid, I was getting real excited when I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, Ingram. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Yeah, the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary.
So I mentioned that I might chime in with some free roster construction advice. This is going to be one of those sections. So this is a third and 10, obvious passing down situation.
It's Wilson.
Great grab, first down.
The
auto sort, or the way overalls work.
I don't care who you put on him.
So
he's gonna be a handful.
Kansas City has Darren Sproles on the roster.
Right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety.
And as we know, Mark Ingram
a
is more of a between the tackles grinder type of runner.
Rather than let him shred my defense.
So overall, the game has both Ingram and Sproles at 82 overall. So the auto sort has Ingram in as the third down running back, and like Darren Sproles has made his career off being a receiving running back. So the fact that like that skill set just fits that situation so much more, but auto sort doesn't necessarily account for that. That's where the human element should probably come in. But again, I won't make that change unless Joe specifically requests it.
That can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
On second down, Wilson. Looking for Evans, and it's
man, talk about secondary being intact by Carson Smith.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Certainly
that's a huge early game interception right there.
Opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And incomplete to open things up.
Dak coming out slanging, trying to give the ball right back.
And it's second down. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play,
I think I might want to try doing like pre-game predictions. I'll remember that for the next few. But I think based on some of the test runs I've had with these rosters, with this roster save file, and
so now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion
just,
on first
the
down.
offensive line consideration, the secondary consideration, as well as the overall offensive players that were on Adam's fantasy team. I think Adam's team is my pick for this match. So we'll see what happens. I think Adam's team has the talent to make it to like a semifinals type of run. I don't know if this team is good enough to win at all, but it almost did that last year, as he was in the Super Bowl of this tournament with Rob's team. So we'll see. I'd say a deepish semifinal run is not out of the question at all for Adam's team. Conversely, if Joe's team manages to win this game, I think his team can also make a semifinal run. So all depends on what the simulation and the AI decide to do.
Yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run it here. This is James White. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Adams' team is utilizing a pretty interesting trio of running backs here.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon.
Yeah, you see Melvin Gordon right there. So Melvin Gordon's the starter as far as normal running situations, but then James White's the guy for the passing down situations. But then when it's a power play, he's also got Derrick Henry, who's going to hopefully truck over some people.
Because he went
So
to Tennessee
that's something
like you.
interesting to watch. Whereas I think Joe's team, the Chiefs, based on sorting, has Ingram in all 3 phases.
This is Gordon. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash.
Let's see if he can actually get it between the poles this time.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave
Full disclosure, I am a Bears fan, but I don't necessarily like seeing anyone fail, but this is a video game, so just seeing Cody Parkey getting wailed on in a video game is really entertaining for me.
Every time we meet with coaches,
Sorry, Adam.
It is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Graham. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing
You don't want to
yardage
run forward
at the
by
50,
Mark
right
Ingram.
at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. going to get a playoff here as time will expire on this first quarter. 0-0 our score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down.
This is getting dangerously close to safety territory.
Allen Bailey in there
You have to
bring him
imagine the
down
Vikings
for
just call a
loss
quick
of
run up the
7.
middle here. And then
I think
punt,
most
right?
quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
So far in this game.
Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little
See
more
if,
breathing room.
see if we can get a score before the
No one
half.
wants to be accused of playing it
I believe
safe,
Adams
right?
came
But instead, they would just reverse
receive the
it and
ball
say, we're
after the
playing it
half.
smart.
So it would be pretty useful for Conair's team to get a ball in the end zone here.
Here's Matt Wild now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Sproles, the return. And now the juke. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he will
Oh my God,
avoid the
they left that wide
contact as he
open.
slides to a stop. They call it a
That's
gain
excellent.
of 19, and it moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Ingram. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24.
1st and 20.
It's a
Call
pickup
the
of
run.
17
Get 17
there.
yards.
And it'll make it 2nd down.
Sure.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Here we go, the first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Give him a yard on the run.
Ooh, we
there,
got
and
some
that's
Adrian
gonna set up
Peterson
a
mixing in
3rd
too.
down and
That might
2.
just be a fatigue sub.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess
I didn't see
the
anything
eye
about an
discipline
injury,
to be an
so.
elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
Throwing to no one in particular.
Receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Chiefs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw again is Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on.
There it is. We got points. Adam Thielen scoring on the Vikings.
4 yards out. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that
solid drive for the
consumes
Chiefs here.
9 plays all told, and it's capped off with a Kansas
Would
City
have been a deal
touchdown.
if they had just like ran the clock down a little more, but you got to be happy taking points away from that. I feel like the Chiefs have just absolutely dominated time of possession in this game so far.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's
Still
supposed
first
to
down.
help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Prescott goes underneath here to White. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Vikings going to signal for the
Solid
first
couple
of
of
their
plays here.
timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 1-8.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line.
It was such an awkward animation. It was like he was throwing the ball.
This has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success.
That was so strange.
The defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
At least he didn't fumble it.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
This is going to end in a field goal, isn't it? I was really hoping for a touchdown in this drive.
Prescott to throw it. This is Gordon on the dump off. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And Parkey's kick is good.
Hey, he's done it.
They are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So
not a super offensive first half, but at least we got points. 7-3 is better than 0-0.
Where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Yo, I miss Larry Ridley. They got Coach doing halftime now.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start the drive with a give to White. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Prescott now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted.
I thought that was going to be completed.
Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
If that slipped past Xavier Rhodes and got the receiver, he might have been gone. Huge break for
timing
Evans.
is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Look how it looks like Dak's first instinct is to scramble. Solid completion to Mr. Big Jacks here.
He gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Prescott. Kelsey imposing his will. Travis Kelsey, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leads to a 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. He's got his man.
There she is, Brandon Cooks.
Viking touchdown. Brandon Cooks from
Chief
6
got injured.
yards
Oh, boy.
away. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
I like how Devontae Freeman is like just a special teams. Like,
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away.
resource on this team.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23.
Like the thought of using
make it
Devontae
the
Freeman on special teams to run down
line.
a kick in real life, like with his concussion history, is just like
Here's Russell Wilson and the
one of the worst
Seahawk
pieces of
offense
strategy
now
ever.
getting set to go again.
Great
He's
for
likely
video
still
games.
kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
He's broken off some big runs.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 30 yards.
Big reception there, Mike Evans.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
So I guess it just took like
the Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
This is more exciting. This is what I want.
I really
just
like the
good
route, the
offensive
drag,
football.
and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now
I
you're
guess just
running
big
away from
plays,
someone,
so it's
and
mainly
you're
gonna
not
be
running
offense.
into a defensive player in another zone.
now a handoff to Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
This game's been very back and forth, which is exciting. That's what you hope for.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh man, can you imagine him throwing an
They've not
interception right
gotten him
there?
going at all. Tried to spark something there
It'd be
with
like
a longer
such a
throw,
letdown.
unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
All tied
I
up.
tell you, the life of a
Here we
kicker.
go.
He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Prescott on 1st down. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
What a grab.
A good pickup
Good
there
work,
at
Brandon
22.
Cooks.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Gotta grab that,
When you
Ragland.
see
You even
passes
want to
knocked
win.
down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And a pretty little
Derrick
juke
Henry
move
trucking
there
some
on a nice
people. Let's
gain.
go.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He's number 32 because I felt Harrison Smith was going to get far more
this
snaps, and
intensity
he could just keep
usually
22.
gets better as the
Derrick
game
Henry
goes
can find
on.
a new
I
number.
just tell you from experience, the first few
And also
quarters,
James White
you're
had
eager,
number
you come
collision
running
with
up there, I'm going to tackle this guy.
Melvin
By the
Gordon.
fourth
So
quarter,
I went
you're coming up
and
and
gave him his
thinking
college
about
number,
it.
And D-line
420 at
wearing down
Wisconsin.
fourth quarter.
Wait,
Yeah, that's not a guy they want to
Melvin
see
Gordon was
consistently.
Wisconsin. Where'd James White go? Was he also Wisconsin?
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes.
James White was also
15 yards through
Wisconsin.
the air and a 1st down.
When you're a
Okay,
player of his
so him and
stature, you don't
Jordan
just
must have
circle
been
the
teammates.
games on your team's
That's cool.
calendar.
They're back together on the
Circle
Vikings in this
and
specific
without a doubt,
format.
that's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year.
It's a hell of a grab
That's
by
because
Cooks.
of
He's been
catches
making grabs like that all
That's
game.
why he goes.
Prescott now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get him down, but he
Way to
does
take a
reach
hit,
the
Prescott.
5.
Definitely
11
necessary.
more on that one and another 1st down.
All right, partner,
He's
I'm a
just asking
defender.
for Matt
I gotta
Moore to
express
finish
my
this game.
admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
This is a pretty good strategy to just like milk the
They'll
clock.
give it to him
and
up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this
Like,
back to the
they need a
4,
touchdown
but
off of
that's
this,
about
though.
all.
or else like a field
It'll
goal
go
doesn't
with
feel
no
good.
gain on the play, and now
Like,
they're
milking the
looking
clock like
at a
this is
3rd and goal.
Smart.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the
Brandon
ball.
Cooks
I
alone
say
on the
commit
right.
to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
It's
Ooh.
caught in the end zone.
Who's that?
Touchdown, Minnesota. Sean McGrath.
Is that
from
David
4
Morgan,
yards
the
out.
backup tight end,
And the
the
Vikings are
default
going to take the lead.
no candidate?
That's almost just not right. You cover
Nice.
everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully
McGrath?
reliable.
Who is this
Very
guy?
reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This
Okay,
drives me
yeah,
crazy
so that's gonna
because
be.
oftentimes you can't
I
match
filled
up
every
your
roster to have
speed
3
with
tight ends,
size,
and I just kind of like
speed, or
rotated
maybe
through
even
them
just
with like
strength.
70
Now Parkey
70
for the
overall
extra
or lower
point.
players. So that's like a replacement level tight end that
Parkey
just scored
adds the
that
extra
touchdown.
point, and
Very
that makes
nice.
it a 17-10 score. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score.
All right, 2.5 minutes. Let's see what you got, Dangerous. This version of Russell Wilson did not get a massive contract, so can't use that as motivation.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down
I'm assuming they're not going
completion.
to do any hurry-up offense till
Sometimes
after
the
the
most
2-minute
effective
warning.
routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years
But yeah,
old.
like this is the
How
sort of
about a
thing,
little
right?
curl
Like
there
tie
against
game, close
zone?
game.
But the key to
Seems
it
like the Madden
is
AI doesn't
finding
hustle
the
until the
open
fourth quarter.
spots in the
So
zone. How
by making them
linebacker
7-minute
or
quarters,
defensive
like
back will
you actually
widen to
get
give you space.
more possible
Find that
comebacks.
area,
Because I
let your
remember the
quarterback
comebacks were
hit
like
you.
impossible last year.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
2-minute drill running
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd down. He's back to throw. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
I wonder if like spin move speed is different.
It's a 9-yard gain and it keeps the drive moving. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, go Russ.
And a nice spin into some open
He's
field.
crazy.
And he'll be taken down.
He's trying to get Trubisky to finish this game.
Enemy territory. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Back to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Back to throw.
Oh, no, Russell. 2 interceptions by Harrison Smith. Like I said, he earned that 22. Wow, that's probably the game. I mean, KC's got 3 timeouts, but oh man, that's probably it. He took that out of his hands. He's like, hey Jimmy, that's mine. Thank you. Wow.
And out now come the Vikings. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little
Oh my God,
gain.
if they didn't stop that.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Right?
As they get
Madden
the
AI would
stoppage
not
with a
go
little
for it,
over
that's
50
for sure.
seconds left to go in the game. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
I'd be impressed if Madden AI went for this. Dak looks so not interested.
Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And not what he was
All right,
hoping
last
for
chance to
there, as
Conair's
this will hit
team.
in the end zone for a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears
No
up to lead
timeouts,
the
just gotta go,
offense
gotta get in the
again.
end zone.
I would
It's gonna be
imagine
tough.
You want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs, the mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts, move the ball downfield to get your team in a position to win the game.
And a field goal, of course, no good. They need a score. They'll look to throw. And that is
You gotta catch that, brother.
Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter.
OBJ would have caught it.
Sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah.
I like how the replay called out Xavier Rhodes. I took his hand out of the play. What a great play by Xavier Rhodes.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll bring him down
You hate
at
to
the
see a 3rd and
27-yard
short
line.
situation
The
when
reception
you're
good for 7.
you got 48
It's
seconds
3rd
to
down.
deal with in total.
Here's Wilson.
Oh my.
He dumps it
You
down
need some
to
deep
Ingram.
passes. What are
And
you
he's
doing?
taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. And now the spike comes with 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I am
And that
not
one is incomplete. It
very
stops the
confident
clock now
in
with 15 seconds remaining.
pulling this off at this point.
Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike
That ought to be
Hughes.
the ball
And his
game.
crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your
Harrison
serve.
Smith getting the
That
call
way you
out.
hold
4
on to
tackles,
it.
2
They got
interceptions.
it done, and they feel
What a beast.
very
Play of
good
the game for
about
sure.
that victory.
Well, all right. That means that Adam's team will be advancing to the quarterfinals to play Wego's Chargers, the 1 seed by virtue of getting last place in the league. Embarrassing. And that means that Conair will drop to the Niles bracket, where he will play the loser of our next game. And best case scenario for him is now 9th decision on draft choice, or draft position, I guess you could say. So, happy birthday, Adam. Harrison Smith balled out for you. And yeah, let's flip back to the bracket really quick. Cool. So here we go. We got Adam advancing against Wego with a 17-10 victory over Conair. And Conair dropping down here to play the loser of the 5-12 match, which is our next match with Sprite and Crayon.